bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Oui, très bien, merci. Et toi?
Enchanté.
Exactement. I have been reading your post over and over again on social media.
Did I spell something wrong?
No,
or?
it was perfectly written, but it was so savvy because I've been reading it, I've been thinking, McLaren, okay, that counts for a lot of things. Sport, that counts for a lot of things. And I was just wondering
What was the next thing you said after McLaren?
Sport.
Oh,
like
sport.
you're not leaving the sport. And I was thinking,
sorry.
is that motorsport or is that Formula One in motorsport? And I just wanted...
You really dived in deep. I didn't want it to be that cryptic.
That's what happens when I take a weekend off. I'm just going to keep reading this over and over. And I just wondered, can you tell me, just quietly here, is that F1? Is that McLaren F1?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
So we're hearing it here officially on F1. I like it.
Yeah.
For 2023?
I felt like that's what I'd said, but yeah, I'll clear it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it was simple as that. Obviously, there's always going to be like rumors and noise, and I think even as you touched on, like, am I even going to like kind of get out of the sport and whatever? And no, like it's not what I want. And there's unfinished business not only in the sport but with the team and with McLaren, and I want to do it. And yeah, I'm basically not backing down from any challenges. Obviously, we've faced a few over the 18 months and all of that sort of stuff, but. Simply this, I'd love to swear if I could, but this stuff means a lot to me.
And I think we've seen that in the past with the Drive to Survive series. We see what goes on in the background and it gets to you. Is it getting to you in the same way perhaps in the past, or are you better at dealing with it now?
I'm struggling to hear you, sorry.
Obviously we've seen in the past on Drive to Survive, for example, how this sort of thing affects you behind the scenes. Are you dealing with it better, do you think, now, because of what you've been through already?
Yeah, I've learned to... I think it's all about also like channeling, whether I think frustration is ultimately like energy, right? So it's just channeling that into a good place, and like I think it's also good sometimes to kind of let it out and get angry, and because you care. But I think just kind of controlling that and putting it to good use, I think is something I've done better this year. And I think also like the hard days kind of shows me how much I still care, how much I want it. It motivates me more. So as much as I, sometimes hate those days, I equally love them just as much because it kind of brings everything out of me. And resilience builds character, all these things. So like it just reminds me, like obviously, what I've got. And I think even like just looking back, any time I've had a chance to win, I've won. It's like I know that, it's just a lot in me, and just want to show the best of my ability and keep doing that.
Well, you've got a cracking character, so do not worry about that. On to this weekend then. Are you pleased that we're back to a traditional race weekend, so you can kind of charge forward through it as you would normally?
Doesn't bother me too much.
Without the sprint, I mean.
I like the sprint I think for us, so we got updates this weekend, so I think, having a more standard weekend and having more practice time is good for us just to assess those better. So I think that'll help us for this weekend. But I do like the sprint format because the lights go out twice, and I love that. I love turn one. I love the intensity of racing and going wheel to wheel. So I'm certainly a fan of the sprints. But I think, for what we've got this weekend, the standard format's better for us.
We didn't think you were bringing upgrades ever again this season, so who knew?
We've got some.
Where should I look?
We can't hide it anymore anyway, so
Where should I be looking on the car? Where would it be?
Read the form. I don't know. Read what you guys get. It's too hard to explain.
I'm more
There's
visual.
a few bits and pieces. There's hopefully a couple of go fast bits.